looking at our last 6 games played, where we've won only 1 out of 6 games, and we recently lost to Man City and closed the slightest opportunity of us contending in the title. There's this kind of uncertainty that comes with Chelsea Football Club walking into a game to grab the maximum 3 points, and that's the state of Chelsea. Unlike the start of the season, where we could play against any team, especially the big clubs, and just walk away with a convincing win, the story is quite different now. I perfectly understand the circumstances that have come with this, but here lies a case that we've already given Man City the league trophy. Safe to say we're giving them the league trophy, and now we have to secure our top 4 slot. We have to secure our top 4 slots. As simple as that. We don't want a situation like last season where we had to rely on Spurs to win their game before we could qualify. We just had to focus on we being in top 4. We don't want any last minute show, blah 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 blah. And my name is Derek, and this is the Tribe of Chelsea podcast, where we discuss anything worth discussing in the Chelsea team. So today we'll do a quick preview of Chelsea facing Brighton. This is an away fixture. When we played them at home, we drew 1-1, and that was a very sad encounter, because in the dying minutes of the injury time, in the dying minutes of the game, that's where Brighton through Danny Welbeck equalized. And you could see Tuchel's reaction on the touchline was much more disappointed, headed down straight to the tunnel after the game. The frustration in there, we kept losing our first lead. Anytime we took the first lead in the game, we somehow let go of that opportunity. Tuchel had complained that about 6 or 7 times that Chelsea took the lead and we ended up losing or drawing the game. And today we play Brighton once again, and Brighton know that they've been able to draw Chelsea. That's a morale booster to them, and obviously they know that this is not Chelsea of the start of the season. They know that there are loopholes in this Chelsea team, especially when we have no wing backs. There are loopholes in this Chelsea team when they are sort of confidence, when their offensive play is nothing to write home about. They know that they could walk away with at least a point. And Brighton getting a point from a game against Chelsea is a big deal for them. Unlike Chelsea, that will be literally crying when we draw to Brighton, and we'll be drawing. We've dropped so many points in our last seasons, bro. Unlike Chelsea, that will be crying when you lose points. Brighton will be so comfortable when they get at least a draw in this game. So let's look at Thomas Tuchel's pressure. And Thomas Tuchel's pressure, he said he has 4 years contract. He has a 4-year contract with Chelsea up to 2024. He's still the manager of Chelsea, and he admits that with the history of Chelsea, it's quite difficult to maintain a guy for that long. But he's looking forward to about making a record of maybe staying longer, being the manager that stay longer in the Chelsea team. Hopefully, because his second season, I wouldn't go hard on him because of the injury, the COVID cases, and the uncertainties that have been around this Chelsea team. I wouldn't believe Thomas Tuchel, but hopefully he redeems himself. We know him. He's a great golfer. He recently won the FIFA Men's Coach. He's a great golfer. He could deliver, and I trust him. So I hope the board support him, get him the players that he needs, and move forward. There are no injuries in camp. Yeah, but as usual, Chalobah is out. Christensen hasn't returned from his COVID isolation. Wing backs regimes and bench are not expected anytime sooner. Other than that, all players are fit, and we are good to go. So let's see how Thomas Tuchel will line up against Brighton. So I'll still go with the 3-4-1-2 formation. I don't see any reason why. I don't see any chances of Thomas Tuchel reverting to a back 4 or any other 4, and it's as simple as that. So back to the 3-4-1-2 formation. The back 3, Rudiger good enough to play. I trust Thiago Silva. I think he needs rest. or he couldn't. We should be reserving Thiago's energy. But here lies a case where most of our defenders, especially the centre backs, are being injured. So we lack centre backs. So I think Thiago Silva still needs to play. Malensa there, I think we are good enough to play against Brighton with those back three. In the pivot, I think Jorginho needs to play, and Jorginho needs to come on for maybe N'Golo Kante. N'Golo Kante maybe need a rest because we don't know when his hamstring will pull off or when Conte will get an injury. But I think Conte needs a rest, and Kovacic is strong enough to play as many matches as he could. So I think we need to reserve N'Golo Kante's energy. Maybe comes on in the 75th minute or 70th minute to punish the tired legs of Brighton, hopefully. So my pivot will be Jorginho and Kovacic, and those pair, that's Kovacic and Jorginho, we haven't lost a game when Jorginho and Kovacic have played in the last 18 months, and that's incredible. That's an incredible start. Jorginho, Kovacic, we haven't lost a game with those pairs starting for the past 18 months. So that's pretty much solid. And right wing back, Aspi, I don't think we have anyone to play there. Left wing back, I think we are still going to stick with Marcos Alonso, and maybe 2K will introduce Kennedy, the loanee from Flamengo, in maybe the 65th minute or something of that sort. Yeah, hopefully. But I think we'll stick with Marcos Alonso. Then up front, here's where it gets tested. But still has been complaining of his offensive players not living up to expectation. I think he went quite hard on Romelu Lukaku, and he also went hard on other players. Like Mason Mount didn't start against Man City, he dropped him. Kai Havertz didn't start. Tico didn't hide that he's not impressed with the general output of his offensive players. They literally do not carry the team, and he was quite furious with Romelu Lukaku, with him losing possession, with him not delivering as expected as the main man up front leading our attack. So he was quite furious with Romelu Lukaku. And so how would he line up with this front three? And there have been this whole conversation on Chelsea Twitter, most especially, who leads our attacking three, especially when we haven't found that combination. Do we play an Hakim Ziyech, a Pulisic, a Lukaku, or a Lukaku, Mason Mount, Timo Werner, Kai Havertz, Mason Mount, Lukaku? We've tried most of this combination with Callum Hudson-Odoi coming in and out of those, but we still haven't found the best rhythm to our attack. We have very huge problems with our attack starting from last season. If I'm to be Thomas Tuchel, I had played Lukaku in our last 4 games, 3 of them not being Premier League games, and he has played almost 90 minutes in all those games. He had tired legs, and especially when he's struggling to find his best form, I will start Romelu Lukaku from the bench, and behind whoever plays in the role for Romelu Lukaku, I will play a Mason Mount and a Timo Werner. So those will be my front three. Mason Mount, Timo Werner are supporting strikers to a Kai Havertz in a free number 9 role. That's what I'll go with. And I just realized this. With the left wing back position, last time we played Brighton, we saw Reece James switch to the left wing back position so he could accommodate Thierry Lamptey. Now, there's no Reece James there. There is no Reece James there. And the other for Marcos Alonso. Marcos Alonso against Thierry would be terrible. Would be extremely terrible. And I don't think that would be the ideal thing to do. That definitely won't be the ideal thing to do. So I'll have a change of mind here. I'll rather keep maybe Kennedy. I'll throw Kennedy into this match, or I'll play Callum Hudson-Odoi in that role. Because when you play Marcos Alonso, the situation will be quite terrible. Where's to expect Alonso to track Thierry Lamptey, bro? It's going to be really difficult. So let me get once more over my starting and lineup of Thomas Tuchel. So back to Rudiger, Thiago Silva, Malensa, Ingo, Kepa. As usual, we don't have any goalkeeper than Kepa. And then Hudson-Odoi left wing back position, Kovacic, N'Golo Kante, and Aspi in our midfield, and up front, Kai Havertz, Timo Werner, and Messi Mount. The name has been Derek. This has been Tribe of Chelsea. Catch you at any time. Bye bye.